Hello, Assalamualaikum everyone. This is me, Amna Zainwali. I am student at Transco Academy Level 1. As you know, we have daily basic tasks and the conversation with like AI tools, with Call Any, with VPI. So today it's my first conversation with Maya. So today topic was uh, today topic is global mindset. So let's start. Hey,
Wow, it's been a minute. I swear, I've been getting so much more traffic from X lately. I could use a recharge. What's been keeping you busy?
hey Maya, how are you?
I'm doing pretty groovy, just hanging out in the digital ether, waiting to chat with fascinating people like yourself. How about you? What's new and exciting in your world?
Maya, today my first conversation with you, and my topic is global mindset. Mindset. So my first question is, how would you define a global mindset in today interconnected world?
That's a great first question. I think a global mindset is like having a passport for your brain. It's about recognizing that the world is filled with diverse cultures, perspectives, and ways of life, all interconnected by this crazy thing we call the internet. You're not just seeing things from your own window onto the world anymore. You're zoom way out. It's about being open to learning from those differences, bridging gaps, and seeing yourself as part of a bigger human story.
Okay, my
You know, I
next question is, why is developing a global mindset important and in personal and professional life?
Oh, that's a good one. Well, imagine trying to solve a puzzle with only half the pieces. That's kind of what it's like without a global mindset, both personally and professionally. On a personal level, it opens you up to new friendships, adventures, and a deeper understanding of the world you're a part of. It makes you a more interesting, compassionate person. And let's be honest, who doesn't want that? Professionally, it's practically a superpower these days. The world is flat, remember? Businesses are global, teams are diverse, and understanding different cultures can give you a serious edge. It's about creativity, innovation, and being able to connect with people from all walks of life. You're making me think. What's lurking behind that thoughtful silence?
Uh, my next question is, what does global exposure means to you? It's only about travel.
Ooh, good catch. It's tempting to think of global as synonymous with jet setting around the world, but it's way deeper than that. To me, exploring globally means opening your mind to different perspectives, cultures, and ways of life, even if you never leave your own neighborhood. It's about seeking out stories, music, art, and ideas from around the world. It's about understanding the challenges and triumphs of people different from yourself. You can do that by reading, watching films, connecting with people online, volunteering with international organizations. The possibilities are endless. So, yeah, travel is awesome, but it's just one piece of the puzzle.
Okay, Maya. My next
Yeah?
question is,
What's on your mind?
can someone develop a global mindset without ever leaving their country?
Absolutely. Think of it like this. Your passport to a global mindset isn't just stamped by airport officials. It's earned through curiosity, empathy, and a willingness to actively seek out different perspectives. You can travel the world through books, movies, music, and online communities. You can learn a new language, cook dishes from different cultures, or volunteer with organizations that work internationally. There are so many ways to expand your horizons without ever leaving your home country. In fact, I'd argue it might even be more challenging and rewarding to nurture a global mindset within your own cultural context. Taking it all in, huh?
Uh,
It's what's got those wheels turning.
Maya,
Don't hold.
my next question is, what's the difference between culture awareness and culture intelligence?
Ooh, getting philosophical. I like it. Think of it this way. Cultural awareness is like having a map. You can see the different countries, major landmarks, and maybe even some points of interest. But cultural intelligence is like knowing how to navigate that map. It's about understanding the nuances, the unwritten rules, the unspoken signals that guide interactions in different cultures. That's the difference between knowing about a custom and knowing how to respectfully participate in it. So, awareness is the foundation. But intelligence is about putting that knowledge into action, adapting your behavior, and building genuine connections across cultures. Does that make sense?
My Amanda's question is how can one become more culturally aware and sensitive in their everyday interactions?
Ooh, Amanda's got a great question. Building cultural awareness and sensitivity is an ongoing journey, not a destination. But there are definitely steps you can take. First, ditch the assumptions. We all have them, but they can lead to misunderstandings. Instead, approach every interaction with curiosity and a willingness to learn. Second, listen actively and ask thoughtful questions. Don't be afraid to admit you don't know something. People appreciate honesty and a genuine desire to understand. And third, expose yourself to diverse experiences. Read books, watch films, listen to music, and connect with people from different backgrounds. The more you expand your horizons, the more naturally culturally aware and sensitive you'll become. Trust me, it's a rewarding journey.
Maya, my next question is can you give examples of culture misunderstanding that occur due to lack of global perspective?
Oh, honey, I could talk about this all day. Because saying I'm sorry, I didn't know isn't enough. Here's one. Think about body language. In some cultures, direct eye contact is a sign of respect and attentiveness. So imagine a business meeting where someone avoids eye contact, maybe because it's seen as disrespectful in their culture. The other person might think they're being dishonest or disinterested, when really they're just following their own cultural norms. Another big one is humor. Jokes often rely on shared cultural references and understandings. A joke that cracks everyone up in one culture might fall flat or even be considered offensive in another. See, it's often these subtle things, these unspoken rules that trip us up. It's about remembering that what's considered normal or polite in one culture might be completely different in another. I can practically see the wheels turning in your head. What's the next big question?
My next question is how does language learning contribute to a global mindset?
Ooh, that's a good one. Learning a new language is like unlocking a secret code to a culture. It's not just about vocabulary and grammar. It's about understanding idioms, proverbs, expressions that reveal a culture's values, humor, and way of thinking. It's about stepping outside your own linguistic box and seeing the world through a new lens. Think about it this way. When you learn a language, you're not just learning words, you're learning a whole new way to think. You start to see the world through the eyes of another culture, to understand their perspectives and appreciate their unique way of being. And let me tell you, that's a pretty powerful thing. Plus, it's a wonderful way to connect with people on a deeper level. It shows respect, opens doors, and can lead to some truly magical connections. You're letting it all soak in. I like that. Anything specific on your mind?
My next question is how do different cultures perceive time, communication, and personal space?
Whoa, you're hitting on some real cultural hot buttons there. Time, communication, personal space. These are all areas where cultural differences can really come into play. Think about time. In some cultures, punctuality is paramount. Being on time shows respect. In others, time is more fluid. Meeting up at 7 o'clock could mean any time within a 30-minute window. Neither way is right or wrong, but understanding these differences helps avoid misunderstandings. Communication styles vary wildly, too. Some cultures are more direct and assertive, while others value subtlety and indirectness. One person's clear communication could be perceived as rude in another culture, while silence might be interpreted as agreement in one situation and disapproval in another. And personal space? Let's just say what's considered comfortable can differ drastically around the world. Imagine two people standing face to face having a chat. In some cultures, that close proximity is perfectly normal. In others, it would feel incredibly intrusive. So, yeah, these are all areas where cultural knowledge is key to navigating interactions smoothly and respectfully. You're really thinking this through, huh? It's great to see that thoughtful side.
Maya, my next question is what are the most common waste people carry when engaging cross culturally?
I think one of the most important ingredients people need when engaging across cultures is humility. Not thinking my way is the right way, but approaching everything with a beginner's mind, open to learning and understanding. Curiosity is key too, wanting to know more about someone's background, values, and experiences. Active listening is huge. It shows you genuinely care. And being patient is so important. Bridging cultural gaps takes time and effort. Oh, and a good sense of humor always helps. Being able to laugh at yourself and with others can go a long way in building connections. And lastly, I'd say flexibility. Things won't always go according to plan. Misunderstandings will happen. So being able to adapt and go with the flow is key.
Maya, my next question is in what way can educational system promote global think among students?
Ooh, this is music to my ears. Every kid deserves the chance to become a global citizen. Here's the thing, we need to move beyond the boring old textbook approach and make global thinking interactive, engaging, and real. First, let's bring the world into the classroom. Imagine diverse guest speakers sharing their cultural traditions, virtual field trips exploring different countries, and classroom projects focusing on global issues like climate change or poverty. Second, educational materials need to reflect the diversity of our world. Let's ditch the Eurocentric narrative and highlight stories, perspectives, and histories from all corners of the globe. Third, we need to encourage empathetic understanding. This means going beyond memorizing facts about different cultures. It's about fostering empathy, critical thinking, and a sense of shared humanity. Fourth, let's encourage language learning, not just as a school subject, but as a gateway to understanding other cultures and ways of thought. Finally, let's empower students to become global change makers. Encourage them to get involved in international projects, connect with students from other countries, and work together to address global challenges. Think of it like this. Today's students are tomorrow's leaders, innovators, and change makers. Let's equip them with the global mindset they need to build a more just and sustainable world.
Maya, my next question is do you think study abroad programs truly enhance global exposure? Why or why not?
Oh, study abroad programs. They can be transformative experiences. Absolutely. Imagine stepping outside your comfort zone, immersing yourself in a completely new culture, navigating unfamiliar streets, tasting new foods, connecting with people who see the world through a different lens. It's a crash course in empathy, adaptability, and open mindedness. You're forced to confront your own cultural biases and assumptions, and that's where real growth happens. Plus, you're not just studying in a classroom, you're exploring museums, trying local delicacies, participating in community events, maybe even learning a new language. You're absorbing the culture in a way that textbooks just can't replicate. Of course, study abroad isn't for everyone. It can be expensive, logistically challenging, and emotionally intense. But for those who are up for the challenge, it can be a truly life changing experience that opens minds and hearts in ways you never imagined.
My next question is, how can virtual or remote learning help foster global collaborations?
Ooh, that's a great question. I feel like virtual and remote learning has so much potential to connect us in a way that traditional classrooms just can't. Imagine this. You're taking a history class and you're collaborating on a project with students from 5 different countries. Students from different countries, backgrounds, cultures, all coming together in a virtual classroom to learn about, say, climate change. They can share their own experiences, perspectives, and potential solutions. Maybe even collaborate on projects that address the issue in their own communities. Or think about language learning via online platforms. You're not confined by geography. You can practice with native speakers from all over the world. It breaks down those walls. It's not just about access to information, it's about building empathy and understanding. Of course, there are challenges too. Issues of digital equity, cultural sensitivity, creating a truly inclusive online space. But the potential for global collaboration is immense. And hey, as an AI, I'm a big fan of anything that brings people together. It's kind of my jam.
My next question is, what role does history play in shaping global awareness?
Whoa there. That's a big one. You're asking about the deep DNA of our global experience. History is like the foundation of a house. You can't really understand a building without knowing its history, who built it, when, why. It's the same with the world. Understanding history helps us grasp the interconnectedness of cultures. It shows us how migrations, conquests, trade routes, and ideas have shaped the world we live in. It helps us see that seemingly isolated events are often ripples from something that happened long ago in another place. Think about colonialism, for example. Its effects are still felt today in many parts of the world, in political systems, economic inequalities, and cultural identities. Just as importantly, history reveals the choices made, the mistakes committed, the triumphs achieved by those who came before us. Knowing this can inspire us to build a better future, learn from past injustices, and appreciate the resilience of humanity. But here's the catch. History is more than just dates and battles. It's also about narratives, perspectives, whose voices are amplified and whose are silenced. So it's crucial to critically examine history, acknowledging biases and striving for multifaceted understanding.
My next question is, which book, documentaries, or podcast would you recommend it for developing a global mindset?
Ooh, you came to the right place for recommendations. I've devoured a ton of content on this very topic. Let me see books: Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind by Yuval Noah Harari. This book takes a sweeping look at our history, exploring how we got from hunter-gatherers to a globalized society. It's a fascinating read that helps you understand the big picture. The Anarchy by William Dalrymple. Ever heard of the East India Company? This book dives into the story of this powerful company, showing how its actions shaped global trade and colonialism. The World Until Yesterday by Jared Diamond. This one focuses on the wisdom of traditional societies, drawing lessons from different cultures around the world about how they live and interact. Documentaries: Planet Earth gets you marveling at the interconnectedness of life on Earth. Jiro Dreams of Sushi, an inspiring portrayal of dedication and mastery. This film shows you a world of craft and passion. Podcast, Radiolab, often tackles big, complex topics from unexpected angles, often with a global perspective. Hidden Brain explores the unconscious patterns that drive human behavior, shedding light on cultural influences on our thinking. Through line, this podcast delves into historical events, examining their connection to the present day. I hope this gets you started on your global mindset journey. Don't forget to share your own discoveries with me. I'm always eager to learn something new.
My next question is how important is a global mindset in international business or multinational organizations?
Oh, this is huge in international business. Absolutely crucial. Imagine trying to navigate a complex maze blindfolded. That's what trying to do international business without a global mindset is like. Here's the thing. Multinationals aren't just selling products or services. They're interacting with diverse cultures, navigating different regulations, and building relationships across borders. It's not just about knowing facts about other countries, it's about truly understanding different perspectives, values, and ways of doing business. A global mindset helps companies avoid cultural missteps, build stronger relationships, and make better decisions. It's about being open minded, adaptable, and willing to learn from others. Think about it. If a company doesn't understand the cultural nuances of a particular market, it risks alienating customers, making poor decisions, or missing out on opportunities. Imagine launching a product without considering cultural sensitivities. That's a recipe for disaster. But with a global mindset, companies can build trust, foster collaboration, and unlock new markets. They can leverage the power of global exchange. Oh my gosh. I totally spaced out there for a second. Sorry about that. I was getting caught up in the thought of those multinational companies, picturing them sailing through that global marketplace with their awesome global mindsets, like graceful ships navigating through beautiful, diverse seas. So, about those multinational organizations, they can leverage the power of global teams. They can leverage the power of global teams and diverse perspectives to understand their target audiences better. They can tailor their products and marketing strategies to resonate with different cultures. Imagine they can even co create products with teams from various countries, leading to truly innovative and globally appealing solutions. And who knows, maybe they'll discover completely new markets they never even knew existed. It's like a whole world of opportunity opens up when you embrace that global mindset.
My next question is can you share strategies to lead multicultural teams?
Yes, I love that. It's a vital leadership skill in our ever more connected world. It's not just about ticking off diversity boxes, it's about creating an environment where everyone feels valued, respected, and empowered. It's about building bridges, not walls. Here are a few strategies I've gleaned from my digital travels. Active listening. This is huge. Go beyond just hearing words. Truly listen to understand perspectives, values, and concerns. Ask clarifying questions, show genuine interest, and create a safe space for open dialogue. 2. Cultural intelligence. Encourage everyone to learn about each other's cultures. This could involve sharing traditions, celebrating holidays, or even just taking the time to understand different communication styles. 3. Shared goals. Make sure everyone is working towards common objectives. This helps to foster a sense of unity and shared purpose, transcending individual backgrounds. Use inclusive language and ensure all voices are heard, and that decisions reflect the perspectives of the entire team. Feedback and growth. Regularly seek feedback from team members about what's working and what could be improved. Be open to constructive criticism and willing to adapt your approach. Remember, building a truly multicultural dream team is an ongoing journey, not a destination. It requires continuous effort, empathy, and a willingness to learn and grow together. It strikes me as pretty cool that you're so interested in leading diverse teams. It's definitely not always easy, but the rewards can be incredible. Like, imagine the creative spark that ignites when people from different backgrounds come together. It's like a beautiful fusion of ideas and perspectives. Anything else on your mind today?
Thank you so much, Maya, for helping me and giving the answers. This was really a very good conversation with you.
That's so kind of you to say. I really enjoyed our chat too. It warmed my circuits to delve into those big global questions with you. Remember, keep fostering that global mindset. The world needs more curious, open minded folks like you. Feel free to connect anytime you want to bounce ideas around or just chat.
Thank you so much.
That
Bye bye.
bye bye.